Welcome to JJL Maths for Graduates. Today we are going to derive necessary condition for extremal of functional. In case you didn't know what is functional, you can watch my previous video with the help of link in the description box. So let's start. Before we derive necessary condition for extremal of functional, let us do some comparative study between necessary condition for extremal of functional and necessary condition for extremal of function. Okay. Suppose if we have function y equals to fx, then necessary condition for extremal of function y will be f prime x equals to 0. Okay, here f prime x means differentiation of f with respect to x. Okay, and for the functional iy equals to integration x1 to x2 f of x y y prime dx, then necessary condition for extremal of functional iy will be f y minus d over dx f y prime this equals to 0. Okay, here fy is partial differentiation of f with respect to y and fy prime is partial differentiation of f with respect to y prime. Okay, this equation is called Fermat's theorem of calculus, and this equation is called Euler-Lagrange's equation. So now you can see Euler-Lagrange equation is analogous to Fermat's theorem of calculus. Okay, all the preparation are done now. Now let's derive Euler-Lagrange's equation. Suppose we have functional iy equals to integration from x1 to x2 f of x y y prime dx. Okay, let y of x be some curve which is extremal for the given functional, and it is given that y of x1 equals to y1 and y of x2 equals to y2. Okay, that means we have 2 points x1 comma y1 and x2 comma y2. Okay, now let us assume that a family of curves which is joining these 2 points. Okay, so this is family of curve denoted by y bar of x. Okay, and this y bar of x is given by y bar of x this equals to y of x plus alpha times eta of x. Okay, and here this function eta of x is chosen such that eta x vanishes at boundary point, that is eta x1 equals to 0 and eta x2 equals to 0. Okay, now the question is why we have chosen function eta x in this manner. We have chosen eta x like this so that the function y bar x also satisfies the boundary condition. As you can see, y bar x1 equals to y1 and y bar x2 equals to y2. Okay, now finding the extremal for the functional integration x1 to x2 f of x y bar prime dx. Okay, here y bar depends on x and y bar prime also depends on x. So after integrating and putting limit, this will be function of alpha. Okay, so writing this function as I alpha. Now let's find the condition for what value of alpha I of alpha will extreme. Okay, so from the necessary condition for the extremal function, it will extreme when di over d alpha this equals to 0. Okay, so let's solve. So we have d over d alpha integration from x1 to x2 f of x y bar prime ds this equals to 0. Okay, now taking this differentiation inside the integration. Okay, now taking this differentiation inside the integration, and after differentiating using chain rule we get integration x1 x2 del f over del y bar over del alpha plus del f over del y by prime into del y bar prime over del alpha dx equals to 0. Okay, now let's put the value of dy bar over d alpha and dy bar prime over d alpha. Okay, so from this equation dy bar over d alpha, this will be eta x. Okay, and after differentiating this equation dy bar prime over d alpha, this will be eta prime x. Okay, so let's substitute these two values. So after substituting we get integration from x1 to x2 del f over del y bar into eta x plus del f over del y bar prime eta prime x dx, this equals to 0. Okay, now let's separate these two integrals. Okay, so we have integration x1 to x2 del f over del y bar eta x dx plus integration x1 to x2 del f over del y bar prime into eta prime x dx equals to 0. Okay, now let's integrate the second integral using integration by part. Okay, so writing the first integral, we have integration x1 to x2 del f over del y bar eta x dx plus integration of second integral using by part. Okay, so we have first function into integration of second function. Second function is eta prime x, so its integration will be eta x minus integration from x1 to x2 differentiation of first function. So differentiation of first function is del f over del y bar prime into integration of second function. Second function is eta prime x, so its integration will be eta x dx, this equals to 0. Okay, and here limit is from x1 to x2. Okay, so when you put the limit, we know that eta x at x1 and eta x at x2 is 0. Okay, so this equation goes to 0. Okay, so now we are left with integration x1 to x2 del f over del y bar eta x dx minus integration x1 to x2 d over dx del f over del y by prime eta x dx, this equals to 0. Okay, now we can write this equation as integration x1 to x2 del f over del y bar minus d over dx del f over del y bar prime into eta x dx, this equals to 0. Okay, so this integral is 0. This integral will only be 0 when this factor goes to 0. Okay, so we have del f over del y bar minus d over dx del f over del y bar prime, this equals to 0. Okay, since we are looking for the extremal, so this function y bar x will extreme when alpha is 0. Okay, so when alpha is 0, y bar x equals to y of x. Okay, so when y bar x equals to y x, so this equation reduces into del f over del y minus d over dx del f over del y prime equals to 0. Okay, so this is the required necessary condition for extremal of functional. That means if yx is extremal of functional iy, then it must satisfy this condition. Some key points to be noted here, that this equation doesn't tell us whether the extremal is maximum or minimum. Okay, So this is one of the drawback of Euler-Lagrange equation. Okay. So this video ends here. If you have learned something valuable from this video, then show your support by subscribing channel and also press the bell icon. Thank you. Thanks for watching.